I'm going in to win. Brandi. I'm going in to win and coming out. I'm talking about mayhem and Darky and the chaos.
Welcome to another episode of Shot of Brandi. I am your host, Brandi. The show's called Shot of Brandi. Shot of Brandi. Who else would I be talking about? The amazing Glock Arn Anderson. Come on in, Arn. Holy shit. You got Juvederm? Is that? Because see, I've been talking to my doctor, you know, getting into the 40s. You look 20 years younger, for sure.
Well, thank you. I don't know.
My God, who is your person? Like, I've never. Y'all pull the fast one on Brandi.
I did get a little filler.
You look great. You look great, Arn. It's looking really good. It's
20
actually
years?
really natural. Really natural. I mean, with filler, I think they say, what, 5? This was a stretch. But this, you look great. Last time you were at my house, you burned a bunch of stuff in my backyard.
Yeah. You know, hey, your husband's hard-headed. He doesn't just...
Oh, you're telling me.
Yeah.
Okay.
You don't get through to him just by saying, hey, listen up.
Okay, so I need to start burning things in the
Burn
yard.
some of his clothes.
Just burn some shit.
That'll wake him up.
That's what'll work. Okay, all right. Well, clearly we have Arn and Brock Anderson today in the kitchen. I am really curious to know what your drink is. What's the drink today? I didn't know what. I had no idea what to expect for Arn.
Well, you know what? I have mostly quit drinking, but in the day when I did drink, and it wasn't beers, which I preferred, cold beer, old day, because you could throw them and hit signs with them and redneck, all that stuff going on the trips. I drank solely Sea Breeze, but any vodka will do.
A Sea Breeze.
It's called Sea Breeze. It's very refreshing.
I've heard of Sea Breeze. My mom, is that your drink of choice? Are you a Sea Breeze?
No, I'm more of a gin and tonic guy because,
Okay.
believe it or not, I do try to watch the figure. I know some people think otherwise, but
Fuck those people.
yeah.
All right, make me a Sea Breeze, Arn. I would like a Sea Breeze. Brock would
Yay.
like a Sea Breeze. Take us through it.
All
Here's
right.
here's your mixing glass.
Okay, now, ooh, that's a knife.
I don't know, Arn, the way that
Got a
thing's
tree
been
I could
going
throw this
lately.
into somewhere? Oh, I know there is out back. I found it. Oh,
Yeah,
Let's don't bring that up. Let's go. Now, the original in the old days was regular grapefruit juice, which is considered, I guess, white grapefruit juice or something. That's hard to find, and I wasn't specific. They just didn't have any, but we can use this.
I think the Ruby Red's gonna work out.
I think Ruby Red is an awesome choice.
Okay, he's just gonna go right in. Can I get some in my? I know I got the small glass.
Oh, you're drinking too?
I'm drinking.
Before you cook.
I'm always drinking.
Well, you are double tough. I knew that. Let's
All right.
go
Got
with,
that grapefruit juice.
yeah, I think we will go with the vodka next.
The old Tito's. Courtesy,
Tito's is the
courtesy of-
young person's vodka, and that's the new generation.
I mean,
I'm
almost
learning.
40, so I don't know if I get to say that.
I'm not. I'm
Is
just
it?
again.
Big
I'm
time.
just
Okay. Big
eyeballing
time.
this now. This is probably going to
That's
be
the way you do it.
2 or 3 ounces. That has been a little glass. You're a beast. Let's start there.
All right.
Now, it is imperative that we put a little bit of cranberry. It just gives it a little bit
juice.
of a whang. It's not sweet.
Just a little
Just
flavor.
just a
There's
splash.
one. A splish. Splish of cran.
splish.
Little splish of cran. That's good.
Now,
Love
the
it.
secret ingredient, lime.
Yeah, there you go. All right.
All right, now it's just enough to give it sour.
That acidity. All right, cheers. To the
Cheers.
Sea Breeze. And we got it. Oh yeah, that's nice. That's a nice, refreshing, summery drink in the middle of the winter. Alrighty, so what
we're
you know
good?
about butternut squash soup? Nothing?
No, don't.
Not very familiar.
So what we'll do here is we'll start. I bought some stuff pre-chopped. If they have pre-cut butternut squash at the grocery store. Buy it. You're not proving anything to anybody by cutting up a whole ass squash. Nobody knows that you did, and nobody's gonna care. Nobody's gonna like you anymore. They're not going to praise you anymore. Like, you'll come in and say, oh yeah, I cut the whole squash, and everybody will be like, well, it's good. That's all you're gonna get. We do have an onion. We got some garlic that I would love for you guys to work on chopping up for me.
All right.
In the meantime, I'm gonna get over here and do the fresh herbs. So the fresh herbs involved are sage and rosemary. And we're gonna get like a teaspoon of each. Meanwhile, you guys got a whole onion. How do you feel about chopping that onion?
I'm gonna kill that onion. I want to give you some background that you
Okay.
may not have.
I want it.
Before I was a wrestler, you know what I did for a living?
I caught the awe god.
Which will
Heard it
will make
5,500
me.
times.
Yeah, I was a meat cutter,
You were a meat cutter.
butcher in a
butcher.
grocery store
Really?
for like 3 years.
Every time we
So
go to a
you-
steakhouse, he'd call him on it.
So while you guys are chopping onions and garlic, I'm over here and I'm chopping some sage and some rosemary. And that's all gonna go in our luxurious soup.
Say hi
There's
from
Yeti.
afar so he doesn't freak out.
Hey, buddy.
Arn's
Oh,
fellow Palm guy.
Pomeranian people, man.
Hey. You know, don't you?
He knows.
You know, buddy.
He's got that big Pom energy.
Big Palm energy.
Let's talk about wrestling. So Brock,
Yes.
now in the wrestling business, how long have you been at it?
So I have been training since January of 2020. Is that correct? Trained for about a year and a half before I came to AEW.
That is not fair because you're very good. I feel like being a generational wrestler, some things just come out. Like some of the things that you do, you look like your dad doing them.
You know-
Not because you look like him, just because I feel like instinctually you know what to do.
You know, I've been told that a couple times recently. I don't know the word for it. What would the word be for that? It's
What?
not instinctual, but like our,
When the mannerisms are similar.
Our cadences and our mannerisms. I've been told that a couple times.
Now, do you think that comes from watching your dad for so many years?
I think subconsciously maybe,
Yeah.
but honestly, just, you know, I can't explain it. It's just,
And
It's
it's
just
not
there.
because I have said, do this like I do, because day one I've told him, do what you do. You be you, and whatever pops in your head out there, that's what you do.
You have had a long, luxurious, lustrous career. Talk to us about like, okay, what was your actual first start into wrestling altogether?
I was trained by a guy right down the road, Ted Allen, Georgia boy, was a veteran, and I had about maybe 12 workouts with him, maybe 3 a week for 4 weeks. And then he got a job in Memphis. Wrestling under the hood is one of the nightmares, so he had to leave for a couple of months. The guys that were working out with me, who were at my same level and friends of mine, it was the 3 of us trying to train each other.
Wow.
And you can't do that
Yeah.
really. At that point when he came back in about 6 weeks, he took us to TV. I got to wrestle Bob and Brad Armstrong.
Oh, nice.
They let me do a little something, you know, that was within my ability. And when it was done, they said, where you been? I've never seen you before. I live up the road in Rome. Now Bob is from Marietta, so we had a little bit of a connection there,
Yeah.
right down the road. And I said, okay, you know, I'll give you a starting date. And I went down 3 weeks with Bob. He said, where do you want to go from here? He sent me to Bill Watts
Okay.
for 5 months. And that was every single day, 7 days a week, 20 minutes every night. And that's how you learn. From that point forward, I got sent to Atlanta. Ole was with Jim Barnett. They owned Georgia Championship Wrestling. Matt Bourne was my partner. Paul Ellering was my manager, and we had a nice little run there. From there to Pensacola, long story short, 14 months, where I met my wife, your mama. I got booked in Jim Crockett, and I was there 3 years, and that's where the Horseman thing happened, and Tully and I went to WWF for about 14 months. I came back to WCW. I had 12 years there. After WCW was bought out, I embarked on a producer job with WWE for 19 years. And when I left there, let me tell you, I actually hated the business.
I understand. Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
Cody gave me the call and said, hey, we've got this new company and I would like for you to be a part of this. All I want you to do is be my coach. It was such a gift because I had, in my mind, I had moved so far in a dark place about the business. Let me give this a try because I wanted him to just have a chance. I went to work with AEW. Tony and Cody have been awesome. Everybody there, yourself included, are so nice and polite. It's the way it used to be, where we all respected each other, everybody. Top guys respected the referees and the ring announcers and everything, and they respected us back, and we were one family. And I'm back to a place now, when I see people at these signings and stuff, they go, you're having fun, aren't you? Yes, you're damn right I am.
All right, I'm gonna put some olive oil in this, a couple of tablespoons. And actually, I hope it was supposed to be olive oil and not something else, but we're gonna go this route. And we're gonna add in the onions. This thing is called a bench scraper. I don't really know why or what it means, but it helps you get stuff into a
That
pot.
looks like that could be a weapon.
It does. Everything in the kitchen could probably be a weapon. We'll do some salt and some pepper, and we'll just start letting that simmer. So how much cooking do you guys do, honestly? Like, if you had to cook, what would be your thing that you would say, I can cook?
Well, not really like a master in the kitchen. I'm more of a grill guy.
Oh,
I
I'm
got
a
that
big
down
fan
pretty
of
good.
the grilling.
You know, steaks, chickens, pork chops, meats, especially in this business.
Your first appearance on AEW. It's one of my favorite things because I scrolled because there's a thing, in case you haven't realized, you look a lot like your dad.
Oh, I'm
back in the day.
well aware.
Yeah, so I was literally scrolling Twitter to see what people were saying, and if I'm an alien and I'm the only person who thinks this, clearly I was not. People were going nuts. I saw everything from that looks exactly like Arn to Brock looks like he came from a barbecue and drank too much and is ready to fight. Also, Brock Anderson kind of fine though. Like all kinds of
I
stuff.
never saw that one.
You didn't see that one?
I
Popped me.
think you sprinkled that one in.
No, that one popped me.
I never saw that one.
The fangirls, once they sink in, you can't go back. I'm gonna end up having to add a little bit more oil because I
To
don't
get that much
believe in it.
squash, that would have took some serious chopping.
Yes.
Good
Ooh,
call on getting the pre-chopped.
Yes, like why? Why would you do that? Why would you do it to yourself? You know people don't appreciate you
Exactly.
the way that you want to be appreciated. Like it's just, maybe it's a cancer thing, I don't know, but I don't never feel like I get,
Listen,
My
it's
comeuppance.
like I've always said, if you want to know where the shortcut is walking somewhere, ask a fat guy. Because they know the shortcuts. They're going to walk as little as possible. Great cooks know all the shortcuts. That's
yeah.
it.
All right, I threw that garlic in there. Now I'm gonna throw in the ginger, which I grated and didn't tell anyone, but that's what I did. And then we'll go ahead and get the sage and rosemary in there, which we chopped up. So Brock, so far, what's been your favorite thing about the wrestling business?
You know, just being on the road with him has been really cool because he was on the road, y'all were on the road 4 or 5 days a week.
Yeah.
And he'd come home and he'd be so exhausted he'd sleep one day and then the next day he'd have to pack his bag and then the next day he's out. So, getting to make up a little bit of lost time is probably the coolest thing about this whole experience.
All right, I got a little vegetable broth. We're gonna do 3 cups to start with, and then
Splash.
we can always add more if the soup is not quite the texture we want it to be. So what is your comfort food? Like when y'all are just really craving a meal, you're not worried about the calories, like what's your favorite thing to eat?
Without a doubt, either like shrimp or chicken Alfredo.
Okay.
Alfredo,
So
that
shrimp
cream
or
sauce.
chicken Alfredo?
Fettuccine Alfredo, just
Okay.
in general. Oh my God.
His is different from mine.
Yeah.
Now, I'm used to mama's cooking.
Okay.
I'm talking cube steak and gravy. chicken and broccoli casserole.
That still sounds healthy.
You know,
These are such cold
not
takes.
healthy.
No.
It's those kind of like, God knows how many calories are in them.
Yeah.
You know, those type dishes. You know, his mom's a really good cook, and she makes a hell of a spaghetti. You know what I do? I pull out the Glock, put it on his forehead, and spill his brains all over the concrete.
So yeah, like what was the inspiration in that promo?
I had everything but that one piece. And I was looking for something that legitimately would shock Cody. Because this has been the whole problem. I'm trying to shock him into believing it's okay to not be fishy white, pristine, sugary baby face. His skills speak for themselves, but there comes a time in every fight where you got to kick somebody in the nuts or poke somebody in the eye just to get you back even. And it's okay for people like me and you. We got no problem with that. He just has a problem, and it's not even a problem. It's just an issue with being a role model, and he doesn't want to disappoint anybody. You know, because everybody around him's taking cheap shots.
Yeah.
They got it coming.
Yeah.
And the day that thing clicks and he realizes, you know what, they all do have it coming.
Yeah. That would be a great day. I mean,
Business is going to pick way up.
I'm personally interested in that day because I think everybody has it coming all the time. All right, let's see what we're smelling like here. It's getting nice
incredible.
and tender. I'm gonna throw a little more salt and pepper in the mix here. So, and then what we'll do is we'll blend it, make sure it's the right consistency. We can add a little bit more if we need to on the vegetable oil. And then we serve it. We'll put it in bowls. We'll put these are just pumpkin seeds, but they're called pepitas for whatever reason. It's just pumpkin seeds. Pumpkin seeds and parsley. And then you've got this just wholesome little soup dish. Actually, let me cut this bread for us now, because like, who doesn't like soup with bread? Do you guys have any family, like funny moments from like your first match or anything like that?
I don't know if it's family, but your husband was super excited because I didn't have under tights yet. So my underwear was peeking out. So after the match, we went back to the truck to, review it. And he was just ecstatic. He had him pause it. He's like, hold on, I gotta pause this. And he took a picture, and then after he took the picture, he's like, I had to take a picture of that because my first match I don't remember who it was with, but he said that he had his whitey tighties peeking out in his first match, so he's like, I gotta document it. And he's like, you'll thank me one
so
day.
happy you did it.
Oh, he was cheesing, huh?
Oh my goodness. I feel like we're at a point where we can at least take this off the heat. Brock, I'm gonna have you just hold this to make sure. Actually, let's go over the sink, just in case. All right, so we're gonna pour this soup into the blender. And we're gonna blend it up and make sure that we like, thank you, the consistency here, which it looks like it's gonna be fine. Uh-oh, there we go. Oh shit, I took this out. We gotta go back, my bad. All right, take two. What's happening here? Any thoughts? So we are now going to the food processor because I think the blender got warped.
Spilling it all over the kitchen.
Am I? Oh shit! All right,
Oh, soup time.
the soup has happened.
Smells good.
Thank the Lord. I thought we were in trouble, man. We've never had
Got
a
little
shot
dicey
of
there.
Brandi completely fail. So we've had some times where things didn't turn out exactly how we thought they were going to, but the complete failure never happened yet. Soup, slice
That's
of
a
bread.
nice little
No more.
Bite it.
I got more. Don't worry. You're like, I'm gonna be eating mine with a fork.
Eat with a knife.
That's butternut squash soup right there.
good.
And I don't know what to compare it to because I'm pretty sure I haven't had it. This is really good.
Yeah, we don't eat things like this, but this is pretty good.
All right, Bart. We're just gonna be watching you.
Yeah, we'll do the damn thing.
Make that sea breeze disappear. Pharaoh says you can't do it.
I don't know about that, Pharaoh.
That was fast. That was
Not
fast.
bad.
Quick and easy.
How
Pharaoh,
come
you were
didn't-
wrong.
How come you didn't have to do that? You're the hostess.
Because I drank my drink.
Oh, you already did?
Uh-huh.
Thank you.
Besides all the fiascos that happened in the ninth inning here on the soup, we pulled out a win. Thank you guys so much.
Thank you.
All right, guys, that's it for an episode of Shot of Brandi. Make sure that your blender works, and we'll see you next time.
You can beat them all. About your grind, about your mission.